Buenas a todos, bichos y bichas. Vamos a continuar con The Council. Llevo unos días sin jugar, ¿vale? Así que estoy despistada. Pero oigo que me están llamando, así que están llamando a la puerta. Y creo recordar que intuimos, o al menos yo intuí, por la visión que tuvimos, que va a ser el Presi. Vamos a ver aquí qué hay. Llave circular, hemos cogido una llave.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed you will find a key.
Lord Mortimer. Vale, pues antes de abrirle la puerta voy a investigar, porque no investigué, que me estoy acordando también, que me salí a la terraza y a la que entré por este lado se me acostó directamente el bicho.
Great, honey.
Estoy a tope de miel, así que a lo mejor me tomo alguna jaleita.
The incredulity of Saint Thomas.
No he probado a ver si va todo bien. Yo quiero pensar que va todo bien.
Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Normalmente cuando solo grabo hago prueba por si acaso antes, pero se me olvida. Bueno, lo hacía, ahora se me olvida, porque como siempre normalmente hacía directo. Pues esto nada, mierda para mí que no lo puedo abrir. Que sí que ya voy, deja de insistir, macho.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Bueno, pues parece que ya está todo, ¿no? Vamos a abrir al pesado este.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
No, por supuesto que no, señor
No, not
presidente.
in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Sí, la Adams,
Elizabeth
¿no?
Adams.
Esa.
Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good
Me
heavens.
pongo muerta no está.
I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so.
Por eso se
is in
quedó
the
con la
small
cara
salon.
así de
If you hurry, you can still catch her.
sorprendido, ¿no?
I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Joder, ¿qué hacemos, tío? Me da pena no ayudarle al hombre, ¿no? Pero es que nuestra madre es más importante. Joder, no sé qué hacer, macho. Es que yo en este tipo de juegos, de verdad, yo no sé por qué juego a esto. Si yo soy una puta indecisa de mierda, indecisa e impulsiva a la vez, que al final siempre la cago, ¿no? Pero bueno, vamos a ver, venga, voy a ayudarle. Me da pena el
Count
hombre.
on me, sir.
Yo qué sé, está
Thank you,
preocupado
my
por la
friend.
hija de su amigo y yo qué sé.
Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me. According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
En la salita que estuvimos hablando con la gente, me imagino, ¿no? Uy, aquí hay algo. Monedas de colección. Espera, a ver, la jalea, elixir dorado está a la izquierda. Es que no recuerdo esto dónde estaba. Esto para curar alteraciones. Esto para el abrojo para las inmunidades y eso. Y esto para que no nos cueste, vale. Pues venga, Digo yo que será por aquí, ¿eh? No, no estoy muy segura. Uy, mira este, ¿qué hace ahí cotilleando? Mírale qué cotilla. Es que, a ver... Es que el mapa tampoco... Yo me imagino que es entrada, ¿no? O será esta. El gran salón... Es que no sé cuál será la salita, sinceramente. Tercer piso, subterráneo, exterior, jardín... No sé cuál será la salita. Voy a ver este señor a ver qué es lo que está haciendo ahí cotorreando.
Ah, my son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Bueno, venga, vamos a ayudar a la chica.
I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room.
Oye, pero ¿y no se puede esperar
Don't
un
worry, Your
momento del
Eminence.
otro?
I'll
Joder.
take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to
O sea, que
call for help?
o
Please
ayudo a
don't do
una o
anything.
ayudo al
I'm
otro.
sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine.
Al final siempre voy a
Wake
quedar
up the
mal
whole
con
man.
alguien, ¿o qué?
Ah, thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Es lo que hay. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer?
Who do you think you are?
Múltiples caminos. Existen múltiples caminos que puedes seguir para lograr tu objetivo. En ocasiones es buena idea pensárselo 2 veces antes de embarcarse en la primera opción que encuentres. Pero, a ver. Esta es Elizabeth Adams, ¿no? Entonces, si el otro lo que quiere es que la entretenga, a lo mejor si dejo que la pegue. Bueno, vamos a ver.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you, stay out of it.
¿Qué cara de perro bulldog
I'm
tiene?
gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you.
Vamos a ver cómo
I
nos la
didn't
podemos
mean to.
apañar
Don't hit me, please,
para entretenerla aquí.
If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer.
Es que es eso, tío. Yo voy a intervenir. Voy a intervenir, tío, ¿no? Porque es que la está...
Stay out of it, boy.
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy.
El Presi lo tiene que
If you
entender,
think you
tío.
can
Y si
side
no,
with
pues
this
mala
whore
suerte.
and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Atacarlo, tranquilizarlo.
Listen, we can sort this out like gentlemen.
No, I don't think so.
You haven't hurt anyone yet, my friend.
No, but I'm about to. Don't
Fase
think
no
you're getting
superada.
away with it that easily.
Coño, que le tenía que haber
I'm sick of
atacado, ¿o
all
qué?
these toffs. If we were in Paris,
Macho,
I'd send
lo
you all
entiendo.
to the guillotine.
Yo estoy
And on
intentando
top of
hacer
it
el
all,
bien.
A woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Pero, tío, le voy a seguir el juego y ya está.
Women, right? They really
que le
do
tenía que haber
drive us
atacado,
crazy
¿o qué?
sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Bueno, tú, loco. Un personaje te ha desconcertado. Aumenta el coste de puntos. Vale, pues uso elixir, ¿no? Y ya está. Pero no tengo elixir. Ja, 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 ja. Tiene que tener un punto débil.
I've watched you, and you're shaking. I'm betting you won't fire.
Bien.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. Got off
Bien,
easy this time,
confrontación
but don't
superada.
try it again.
Hostia, yo quiero pensar que el presi lo va a entender, tío, ¿eh? O sea, era cuestión de... Vamos a coger el brochecito este que se le ha caído cuando ha salido corriendo.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing. Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
Esto porque está dando vueltas todo el rato. A que se me está jodiendo el mando ahora, me cago en todo. Abandona la salita. Vale, pero... Un momento. A ver si hay algo más por aquí, ¿no? ¿Esto qué? ¡Uah! Jalea real entera, pues vamos a tomarnos. Este es el elixir. No, este era el abrojo. Este el elixir. Y este lo otro que no sé cómo se llama. Venga, pilla la jalea.
The remedy of the gods.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Usar la llave. No puedo, no tengo llave. ¿Y aquí qué hay? Moneda.
Lady Adams must have locked
vaya.
it behind her when she
Por ahí
fled.
no puedo salir. Bueno, vamos a ver el presi si no se nos enfada. Se nos va a enfadar, segurísimo.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes.
Es que estaban pegando
Imagine
a
the
la
scandal
chavala,
if she had
coño.
found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes. I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you
Menudo
found what you were looking
estúpido,
for,
tío.
didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Bueno, pues nada, señor, si usted se enfada, pues eso es problema suyo. No iba a dejar que pegara a la chavala, ¿no, colega? ¡Ay, elixir! Qué bien, ¿dónde está? Aquí, vamos a tomárnoslo, ¿no? Porque estamos ahí un poco confusos. ¿Y esto? Ah, que esto es solo para... Nada, no te sientes, no seas comodón. Vámonos. Regresa a la cama. Pues sí que se va este veces a la cama. Por aquí. Pues nada, que se nos ha enfadado el presi, pero me parece un poco estúpido el señor. O sea, yo entiendo, ¿no? Que, pues oye, que, joder, que si le pillas un marrón, pero tío, no te ha pillado, colega, y estaba ahí la chavala recibiendo hostias, ¿sabes? Vamos a ver.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
¿Qué te caza aquí?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Problema resuelto.
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your
lo
Eminence.
suyo.
I did what I had to do.
Well, you did the
Joder,
opposite.
estaban pegando a la chica, no me voy a quedar ahí mirando, ¿no?
Thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something
A ver
important.
qué le pasa, señor.
Do you still have my letter on you?
Bueno,
When
este
I
quiere
give you
saber
the
si he
home,
abierto la
Why
carta.
do you
Menos mal que no la abrimos.
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. I see that it's still sealed.
Menos mal que no la
I
hemos
was right
abierto,
to
¿eh?
put my
Si
trust
no nos
in
llevamos
you.
mal aquí con este
Give me
también.
1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
¿Y si la
You can
abrimos
count on
ahora?
it.
Have a good night.
Ahora la podremos abrir o a lo mejor ya no. Claro que a lo mejor nos la vuelve a pedir, ¿no? Le dimos nuestra palabra al hombre de que no la íbamos a abrir. Habitación aquí.
I'm exhausted.
Pues si no hemos hecho nada, pero ¿por qué se va a dormir otra vez?
I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Pues sí que está cansado el señor si no hemos hecho nada, tío. Bueno, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? A ver. Fallida, no he podido retener a Lady Adams. Podría haber averiguado algo sobre el pasado de mi madre. O sea, eso no son caminos alternativos entonces. Es que yo creo que es que si hubiera retenido a Lady Adams, lo mismo el otro la hubiera zurrado, ¿no? Y mi madre, podría haber averiguado algo de mi madre, pero es que entonces le tendría que haber dicho al señor Washington que no. Yo eso más que como fallido lo veo como caminos alternativos, ¿no? No sé. O lo mismo no, que no tengo ni idea. Y a ver en alternativos que pone. Podría haber averiguado más de los hombres en mi misión. Podría haber averiguado más de los planes de... Pues nada. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? ¿Se la vi? Se la doy, se la vi. Todo yo creo que no se... O sea, a lo mejor sí, pero no puedo quedar bien con todo el mundo, ¿no? Es que yo qué sé. Venga, vamos a ponernos puntitos. ¿Qué tengo? 4. Pues mira, vamos a poner la lógica, que así la ponemos a tope. ¿Esto qué es? Inquisición. Advierte cualquier elemento extraño en la conducta apariencia de una persona. Utiliza tu coordinación para desenvolverte en el entorno en ocasiones. Voy a poner esta. Y... voy a poner... una de cada, porque así para la próxima, como me dan 4 puntos, esta la puedo completar ya. Igualmente. Vale, venga. Me convence. Sigamos. Ti, ti, ti. A lo mejor lo que no me tenía que haber tomado es el elixir, ¿no? Porque se me hubiera curado ahora durmiendo. Lo tenía que haber probado. Bueno, yo qué sé. Hemos gastado un elixir a lo tonto, yo creo, pero bueno.
In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Manuscritos. Puedo equiparme un manuscrito, ¿no? Un punto de habilidad en persuasión y este me da en ciencias. Me voy a poner persuasión. Vale, pues a investigar esto. Vamos a ver.
Nothing.
Abrojo.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Algo más por aquí, ¿eh?
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Eso ya lo hemos leído antes.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. Writing material.
Examinar esto.
From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like linen.
Ah, esto lo recuerdo
That's
cuando lo
odd.
jugué la otra vez. Lo del limón, sí, pero era... No, lo recuerdo vagamente, pero ahora mismo no sé. Recuerdo lo del limón y poner en el fuego algo para que se leyera la tinta, el limón y tal.
Thomas looks on, but doesn't touch.
¿Qué más hay por aquí? No, que no quería salir. Que no quería salir. Esto todavía no puedo hacer nada.
Inferno by Dante.
Eso ya lo hemos mirado antes,
Abandoned
tío.
hope,
Uy,
all
aquí
ye
hay,
who enter here.
aquí hay algo.
Lovely lectures. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
Vamos a ver, eso seguro que hay alguna notita de nuestra madre, ¿no?
A Voyage Around the World. The travel log of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence.
Pues me da a mí que de
I don't
casualidad
believe in
no.
coincidences.
Vale.
It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Examinar.
The paper's rougher around the writing.
¿A qué está hilo
Paper's
del
moist
limón?
here. Very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of
Míralo.
something.
Ese kilo de limón, ahí, ahí tenemos un mensaje
Come on, Louis,
oculto.
think.
El fuego, coño.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used the limit to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Con fuego.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Joder. Vamos a ver. A ver la chimeneita esta, si... Oh, ¡ay, mira! La vela, la vela. Coger el candelabro. ¡Hala! Y se guarda la vela encendida en el... Estaba encendida, ¿no? Yo creo, ¿o no? Yo creo que estaba encendida, ¿eh? No, eso no
Inferno by
es.
Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Acercar el candelabro.
Aha! It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Claro.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it.
Pues yo tampoco.
And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me? Since you've gone to so much trouble, you must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Uy, nos llaman otra vez.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
La cena, pero
I'm
sí.
not hungry. Please give
Nos
my
acabamos de
apologies to
levantar.
all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Vale, pues vamos, venga.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests. Might be better to take a different stairway.
¿Dónde está el salón del primer piso, tío? Porque por aquí ahora no me deja bajar, este está ahí limpiando. O sea, este es el primer piso, ¿no? El otro será la planta baja, ¿no? A ver, espera. No, este es el segundo piso. Tengo que bajar. ¿Por qué no me deja bajar este señor? ¿Podré bajar por otra escalera? Aquí hay otra.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
No le estoy haciendo ni caso a lo que está diciendo, o sea... Esto que para sentarnos, ¿no? Ah, no, ya ve.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Yo me llevo todo lo que pillo. Ay, mira, elixir. Uy, qué bien.
Decorum guide.
Venga, vamos a bajar. Ti, 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 ti. Madre, qué ojos tiene.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
Esta
No,
chica está
that
como de
was just a
psiquiátrico, ¿no?
misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Vamos a preguntarle
Excuse me,
esto.
but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
¿Cómo?
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you
¿Pero
mean?
qué dice?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
A ver la cicatriz esa.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
fuerte, tío.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There
Confrontación.
must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Para comprender a mi madre, para descubrir la verdad.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you.
Bien, bien. Uy,
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of
poco
them.
bipolar esta
You couldn't
chica,
give
¿no?
a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Mencionar a su madre, mencionar a su padre, mencionar a su hermana. Pues a su hermana, ¿no?
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm
¿Cómo
sure
la
she
cambia la
loves
cara
you
de
with all her
repente,
heart.
tío?
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for
Bien,
her.
confrontación superada, bien, bien.
Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
Bien.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me
Madre
from
mía.
the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
Madre
I understand how
mía,
you
tío,
feel,
pobre
but
chavala.
I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
Madre
It's
mía, qué
got to be a
movidas hay
coincidence. I
aquí.
don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
No veas si hay aquí historias, tú, loco. Ay. Ve al salón escarlata del primer piso. La salita, pues el salón puede que sea esto, ¿no? A ver. Ah, no, pero aquí no. ¿Y este que me dice algo?
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
¿Qué puedo decirme de la anfitrión, de los invitados? ¿Echarme una mano a qué? A ver.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Tiene elixir dorado, un poco de abrojo. Ah, pues le voy a pedir un elixir.
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would
Si
you?
me lo da.
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders
Vaya.
not to give any of that
Bueno.
medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's
Pues
guests.
nada, entonces.
Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be
Vale,
dangerous
vale,
for sir.
bueno, pues nada. Venga. No es para consumir.
That's fine. I have no intention of swallowing this remedy.
What?
You
¿Y me
see,
cree?
I generally use it to put the shine back on my shoes. But maybe you'd rather I ask permission from Lord Mortimer. Where is he? I'd like to tell him about my shoe problem.
Sir need do nothing of the sort. There is no reason to disturb Lord Mortimer with this small matter.
As you wish.
Mira,
Here you
pues
are, sir.
me lo da.
I hope sir will have enough with one bottle, as I haven't any more.
Oh, I'll make do. It's good of you to get this much.
May I do anything else
Pues
for
no,
sir?
venga, me voy. Porque tampoco me voy a poner aquí a preguntarle por toda la historia. No sé muy bien para dónde ir. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Este es el salón? ¿Será este el salón? Pues no lo sé, pero me deja entrar. Pues sí, parece que este es el salón. Madre mía, vaya pedazo de mansión, colega.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte,
Napoleón
Lieutenant of the
Bonaparte.
French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary
El
Tribunal
Jax, pero
Judge.
tiene una cara, tío.
Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Please.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Bueno, pues
Oh, my friend, I am shaking.
vaya
in my
manera de
clogs.
preocupar a la chavala. Bueno, tampoco se ha preocupado mucho porque se parte la polla, así que...
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauternes, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the
Eh.
rule, but I count on your
Qué
discretion.
listillo.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift.
Uy, mucho, muy...
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Parece que la ha impresionado mucho, ¿verdad? Lo de... A lo mejor esta fue... Cuando se agota el tiempo... Joder, macho. A mí es que estas cosas me ponen nerviosísima, tío. Estaba mirando todavía. O sea, no me ha dado tiempo a mirar qué hay para esto. Que, bueno, aprovecho, que voy a decir, porque parece como que la ha afectado bastante la noticia del orfanato. No sé qué me da que está lo mismo, estuvo en el orfanato ella, antes de estar en ruinas, como ha dicho el feo este. Bueno, pues nada, venga, que no me ha dado tiempo. A mí es que estas cosas me ponen muy nerviosa, ¿eh? De esto de, ay, tengo que hacer algo rápido.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but
Hemos
here I am again.
desaprovechado ahí, tío. Preguntar a Washington qué opina de Wolner. Preguntar... Wolner es este, ¿no? Que sale ahora mismo en pantalla, ¿no?
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Yes, I heard the news.
Pues ni una cosa
I
ni la
am
otra.
just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to
Es
that
que este tiene
wretch
una
over there sharing
pinta
our meal.
bruto. Este es más de tontín. El
Have you
Bonaparte
any
está como más de...
information on this Napoleon?
¿Tiene información sobre ese tal Napoleón? Dejar responder a Eleni, decir que no es importante o hacer una suposición.
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Bueno,
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private,
a ver
please?
este qué quiere.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know? And right he was too.
¿Cuánto llevamos de grabación? Hostia, pero a eso qué peligro,
Lord
¿no?
Mortimer
Sin
and
una
the
valla o
Golden
algo.
Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Si hay acuerdo, no puedo aceptar un trato así. Joder, es que es mucho, ¿no? No sé. Le voy a decir que sí, a ver.
Absolutely. 50,000 louis d'or in hard cash.
The offer I'm talking about was for only 20,000 louis d'or, Monsieur de Richet. The truth is, you really have no idea about our agreement.
Estamos cagados.
So, you're wasting my time. I need to work with people I can have confidence in, sir.
The exact numbers may have escaped me. I suggest you wait for my mother's return in order to manage such details.
La hemos liado, la hemos
I
liado.
have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Una contrarrevolución. Es que yo me pongo nerviosísima cuando hay estas cosas con el tiempo, tío. Habría que restituir la monarquía. Dejemos que el pueblo elija. Es que hay lo mismo, no sé qué decir, tío. No sé qué
People
decir.
make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge.
Pero que me dejes repetir, por
They
favor.
are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing
dejen
a
repetir.
coherent vision for the good of the country. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis.
Pero se puede repetir
Total
esto.
fiasco.
My friends,
No.
I would like to say a few words.
Vale, pues que le den por culo.
I would like to
Ay, lo
thank
siento, es que me
Lord
pongo
Mortimer
nerviosísima sabiendo que
and
tengo tiempo, de
Joan
verdad.
for bringing us all together
Porque
here.
al final ni me entero.
Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Muy bien.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
La hemos cagado un poco con Napoleón, pero bueno. Un poco bastante, de hecho. Jolín. Bueno, venga, voy a darle a la siguiente que iba a cortar ya, pero por si sale algún vídeo. Ay, mira, puntos. Vamos a ponernos este ya. Y a tope. Maravilloso. Venga.
Let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Ay, ¿me da más manuscrito? Ok, sí. Este que tiene. Habilidad en protocolo. Ay, no lo puedo equipar. Hostia, es que iba a decir, hostia, este me da 3 puntos, tío. Pues voy a ponerme este de ciencias. Busca el lugar mencionado por tu madre. Vale, bueno, pues esto lo vamos a dejar ya aquí, ¿vale? Que, bueno, pues nada, la hemos cagado un poquito con Napoleón Bonaparte, pero es lo que hay, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? Me pongo nerviosa cuando tengo que decidir con tiempo. Así que nada, espero que os haya gustado, que os esté gustando la serie y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Chao, chao.